Hey everybody, and Tony here, back with another album review, even though this is gonna be like my last one for the day, and for some time, usually depending. And this album review is Rolando Villazon Sings Verdi, which I caught from my flight from Buenos Aires to Paris. And the conductors involved alongside him in this album were Marcello Viotti, Michel Plasson, and Antonio Pappano. Now, I really like Rolando Villazon, especially in the full lyric tenor repertoire, the likes of the Duke from Rigoletto, Alfredo from La Traviata, Romeo from Romeo and Juliet, Faust from Faust, and many others like Edgardo, Nemorino, and also some of his Mozart tenor roles like Belmonte, Don Ottavio, Lucio Silla, and he's also going to be singing Don Basilio from Marriage of Figaro, alongside Diana Damrau as the Countess, which I'm very excited for. I also love his interpretation of Hoffmann from Tales of Hoffmann. It really shows you that he shines in the full lyric tenor repertoire very effectively. And sure, his spinto tenor roles like Don José and Don Carlo are great, but I really find that his element really belongs with the full lyric tenor repertoire, as it really helps that his voice is just so gorgeous, so full of emotion, so full of power, that yes, he also does sing in the spinto repertoire, that he does sing quite well. But ultimately, it's the full lyric repertoire, and even a little bit of the spinto repertoire that he manages to excel in very effectively. And sure, he did have that one accident in the Metropolitan Opera House where he was singing Edgardo from Lucia di Lammermoor, and he had a crack there. But ultimately, other than that little accident, he's still a very fine singer, even though he does get accused of pushing his voice to the limit almost too much, almost in certain occasions. But still, he's a very fine singer with a lot of emotion and a lot of beauty in the notes that he sings, and great lyricism when it calls for it. So what did I think about this album in particular? I thought it was just well chosen in the repertoire that he sings and the arias that he sings in. The highlights for me have to be La Donna è mobile, Farmi vedere le lagrime from Rigoletto, Lunge da lei, O mio hermoso, and before that cabaletta was the De miei volenti spiriti from La Traviata, which I thought he sang very well, and it's no wonder why Alfredo Germont is actually one of his most iconic roles of all time. And the aria from Un ballo in maschero, Ma se me forza perderti, the aria from Riccardo, which he sang very beautifully. La mia Letizia was also sung quite well. And overall, this was a very decent album with a lot of great excerpts from some of the operas from Verdi. My only complaint with this album is that it is too short, at only 38 minutes in total. I usually expect for an album to be like in a grand total of, let's say, 59 minutes to an hour, and most like 2 or 3 hours. But ultimately, yes, the album is just too short. I would have wanted to hear more arias from this fantastic tenor. But it's safe to say that, yes, even though the timing for this album is just too short at only 38 minutes in total, it's still a worthy compilation of arias. And the conducting from Viotti, Pappano, and Plasson, each of them just did very well with a certain numbers that they conducted. So overall, while the overall package, as in the overall timing of this album, was just too short for me, it really shows just how versatile Villazon is in the repertoire that he sings. And the great conducting from Plasson, Viotti, and Pappano really helps. So I'm going to give this album a 4 out of 5 stars. And yes, this all contributes to the very short length of the album, even though there are a lot of great stuff, like Villazon's very fantastic singing voice, alongside such great conductors that really helped him, well, boost his performance to the next level. Well, that's all for now, and this was also the last album review that I'm doing for this day, and probably for some time right now. and I probably will be quite busy with a few other things, so yeah. This is my last album review for now, and it will usually depend. But be sure to look out for more opera reviews, concert reviews, movie reviews, and many other reviews coming along your way. So until then, this is Antoni signing off and wishing you all a happy day. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day, everybody.